Hello everyone, my name is Thompson and today I want to talk about gun violence. Well, this was not the original subject I want to talk, but I think it is important to discuss at this time because within 24 hours our country has witnessed some of the horrific gun related violence. Before going further, I would like to introduce myself. I'm a software engineer currently working with FedEx in Tennessee, Memphis, and I work with a team to help FedEx to modernize their existing applications. Going back to the subject, I would like to start with a few statistics. So this is what happened this month. This month just started. Within 3 days. We have witnessed some of the gruesome incidents regarding the gun violence. 20 people have been killed in El Paso, Texas yesterday, and Dayton, Ohio. 10 people have been killed there. And two separate incidents, 3 people have been killed. And the actual number of injured people are very high. And apart from this, I would like to show some statistics. That is, according to BradyUnited.org, around 113,180 people are shot every year in this country. Around 12,830 are murdered. And 22,274 die from suicide, and 496 from legal interventions. 295 die without any valid reason. 509 women are killed or shot or killed by their husband or partners. Apart from this, I would like to give a little more statistics. Like 90% of the guns used in these crimes are coming from 5% dealers. These are pretty much scary statistics. 229 billion we spend per year. This is a massive amount from our economy. Around 155% people are killed or shot by assault or high-end caliber magazine, like guns, assault rifles. 8 children and teens are killed every day, shot every day by the family. It's from the family itself. So these are very much scary and facts. I just have outlined what went wrong and what we can do about it. So first of all, I just mentioned the type of guns available. So there is no place for assault or automatic weapons that is used to kill people in a democratic country. We have existing laws and systems that prevent people killing one another, and we have a set of rules that allow people to have that kind of weapons, enable the people to keep that kind of weapons. It is such an irony, and it is really scary that such a sophisticated weapons can be easily accessible by anybody. Anybody can go to the store and just buy it. And second is lack of effective gun control background check. That comes from a very difficult situation that criminals can go buy the guns without any problem. That people with the mental problems, so they can easily go. They have depression. People have such kind of mental disorders can easily go and buy the gun. And that is pretty much scary. Lack of awareness. From the people are still not understanding the importance of strict gun control and laws and regulations. Lack of effective uniform laws. Each state have its own laws and they have its own controls, and that's a loophole that people from a different state can easily buy from a different state with less stringent laws. They can go and buy from there. Recently, the people was shot in California. He bought that gun from a different state. So these are another important drawback in the existing system. So that is one of the places where we can improve upon. Banning assault rifles. It's very important that, as I mentioned before, it's a democratic country that we spend that much billions on law enforcement and military, and still people are talking about Second Amendment rights just simply to defend themselves. There is no place for that in a democratic country. because this constitution was written hundreds of years before. The situation at that time was quite different because there was no assault weapons or there wasn't any automatic rifles at that time. And again, to get a law enforcement agency to the place, much more difficult than that time because people just the communication devices, the technologies was much more primitive that people felt the sense of urgency to defend themselves using their own guns. That was understandable at that time. We have such a sophisticated communication methods, technologies enabling law enforcement to quickly, rapidly respond to the people. So these are one of the important things we have to talk about, that there is no place for assault rifles in this country, in a democratic society. Redefine existing laws and regulations. That's one another important thing. The existing laws are with loopholes that enable the culprits to easily acquire guns and create the violence. So it is one of the important things that we should have a unified laws and have a proper background check, and you should not, the people who should not have gun should never get the gun. These are needed strict laws. Another thing is spread public awareness. People are still not understanding the seriousness that innocent people are killed and shot within seconds. Random people who have been shot by gang violence. Kids were killed while playing in the backyard or sitting in the front yard. So these are very much important. Introduce uniform laws. That's another important thing. Introducing uniform laws, as I mentioned before, like different states have different laws that enable people to go and buy guns from less strict states. They can get guns and go and buy the guns like that. So that's one of the important things, that should have a national uniform gun laws, not about regarding states like that. So these are the few things we have to talk about, we have to understand. And it is very important when you compare with other countries. US have such a massive amount of gun-related violence, and it is going to be very bad for our economy, our society, and the integrity of this nation. And of course, where we want to go as a nation, all defined by our own adherence to the laws and situations. So I think it is very important for us to think about this and act on this. Thank you.